Hello, everybody. Sorry, too loud. I started a bit early. Sorry. I forgot to turn it down. I didn't even have my headphones on. I couldn't tell. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Trials and Tribulation, the third Ace Attorney game. We just finished the first proper trial. Pretty insane. Pretty insane twist, but, we're moving on to the next one, where there's an imposter among us. There's an imposter Phoenix, so we gotta, I don't know, figure that out. Our name is being tarnished. The right name. So we gotta figure this out. Right, Maya? What? The Blue Badger's got a girlfriend now? That looks exactly the same as him? Whoa.
It's been ages since we came down to the precinct, eh, Nick?
Looks like Gumshoe isn't around.
He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do the work.
No, he's out there somewhere. My bet is on the courthouse. He's probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case.
Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh?
After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm sure the killer is the right label. Oh, I'm not sure killer is the right label. Am I sure I'm not the phony? Look at this chunky little laptop. These are detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Look at this little missy.
Hey, that's the police mascot, isn't it? He's so cute.
That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it, and now it's the national symbol of the police force. So what's the pink one? It's new, right?
She's not an it, Nick. She's a she. Right, Chief?
Yep. Meet the Pink Badger.
So one's called Blue, and the other one's called Pink. But they're both called Badger?
You got it. They're married.
Mr. and Mrs. Badger seem to be cuffed together, Chief.
You got it. That's marriage for you. Prison. Whoa, mascot that's deeper than the deepest of deep oceans. This must be the chief of detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Master Mask turned up at the bank. What's he doing? Hands up, you scalawags! You're under arrest! Hey, that's our job! Looks like Ron Delight's opted for a new career. He's like Batman! What's surfing the net, Chief? So sorry, I was just, These feel pretty tense in here. Alright, let's scat. Skibbity-bibbity-bibbity-bop, skibbity-bibbity-bibbity-bop.
This is so nerve-wracking, waiting to meet our new client. I wonder what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty.
Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. Oh! Hi, bird! Oh, I didn't think we were gonna see you again.
How could you how could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying.
Aren't you?
Yes, I am. And I'm totally, utterly let down. Are you? Don't pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie, remember? Maggie Bird.
Maggie Bird. Ah! Maggie Bird. She's the policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop, too. What are you doing in here? Didn't I get you acquitted?
Oh, sure. Very funny. After that fifth-rate defense job, you come in here and start making jokes? You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Oh, I see.
So that's where we stand right now.
I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time.
But I don't mind. What's one disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Wright's here with me. Oh, my hunky Mr. Wright. Here to save the day. I knew that phony imposter wasn't you, because you didn't have your big pectorals. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. So how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year.
I thought she quit.
I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't mind one bit. I enjoyed being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. So what do you do now? In the second act of The Life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. Oh, a waitress?
A pathetic, raspy Phoenix voice, depending on what he looks like. Okay.
Yes, in a fresh restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure come through for me.
Wow, shapely figure? Okay.
And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. Based on my figure.
And then you got into this mess straight away, right?
Yeah, you could put it that way. This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month. And it happened at Tribulations. Huh? Yeah, it's a restaurant where good service and friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were 2 men drinking coffee at the table. And then...
Fake Phoenix put some colorful dust in the coffee.
One of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took 1 sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I'd never seen that guy before. Oh.
So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. And the other man, the killer, you saw him, right?
Of course, a good waitress must be attentive to the clientele.
So you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway? How come?
You tell me, Mr. Wright!
Ah! Guess the answer to my question is my phony. Anyway, she saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy.
So if you saw the murderer, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw... Saw what? The other man. The one who put the poison in the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer, everyone. The victim was sitting alone at the table the whole time.
But how's that possible?
I don't know. But nobody, not one person would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my last hope for a trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job.
Look, that wasn't me, okay?
And then they found something a bit incriminating on my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison. What? Poison was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket when I was unconscious.
And no one else saw this other guy?
No, sir. That's what everyone said. But I don't see how they could have missed him.
The other guy.
I was the one who took them the coffee, the 2 men.
Oh, and what was your impression of them?
Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they must be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had sort of an earpiece, emo musicians look about him. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a good look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. I think it was MC something. MC Poop Pants? I don't know. Something like that.
So it was a band CD? Maybe a promo disc?
Maybe it was MC Screwdriver.
Get serious, Maya. Would you buy a CD of a group named that?
What's the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No. MC... What about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well built like the victim, really.
MCD's nuts. Exactly. MCP pants. Oh yeah, I need to ask you about this.
Hey, this article's about my case.
Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me?
Yes, sir. It was the morning after I'd been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits.
Me?
Yes, you, Mr. Wright.
Ugh.
Hey, Maggie, was my evil double AM there too? No, I don't remember a phone of you, Maya.
Aim.
Oh, it would have been so cool to have an evil twin Nick. Well, looks like the two Nicks get to double team me now. All on my own. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm gonna get you cleared of this crime, you said.
I'ma get you cleared of this crime? That was Mario, Bird! How could you confuse us? Okay, I get the picture. But you've met me in person before. How come you didn't realize the guy wasn't the real me?
I guess, looking back now, it was a little strange.
Only a little?
Well, okay, so you're a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady. And your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent, and...
So the guy was nothing like me, then?
But he had your spiky hair and blue suit, and that's all that matters. That's what Phoenix Mental about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Well, Maya wasn't technically there for her case. She was off getting documents, but they definitely met. So yeah, it is strange. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me?
What about everyone else in the courtroom? Like the judge and the observers? Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces. It seemed that no one wanted to say anything, sir. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder, Nick. But Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial?
Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. So we should be able to get a retrial.
Mr. Wright? Do you think we'll win next time, sir? My life has been a full-course meal of bad luck, complete with a defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused of murder. But I will survive, because Maggie Bird always fights to live another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. Finally, I'll look up the curse to ask you out. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Zen Eoff is really gonna pay for this.
What are you staring at me like that for? Maya's right. Yeah, we know she's genuine. We do have the funny lie detector. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name, get an innocent girl convicted of murder, had better watch out.
We'll find him. Don't you worry. We'll get Zinni up for you. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where Trace Bien is.
Trace, oh right, the restaurant where the murder took place.
Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi.
Are you not going to be fired from there as well?
Sure. All right, Nick, let's go check out this restaurant and its food. We can use this opportunity to take our date, Nick.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, it's so pink. I love it. It's so incredibly pink. Oh, woo. Yeah. I love this song.
Wow, look at this place.
Look, more like smell. What's with the suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right?
Actually, I'm not all that into it. No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here.
Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant. It's open for business. Hello? Anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here.
Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take and do whatever we want. Fuck me on the crime scene, Nick!
Maybe tone it down a bit, Maya. Jeez. Suppose we can.
Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money.
You know, you're the only person who could ever describe a cash register in that way.
Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here.
I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all of these personally. Let's see. Bouquet of flowers, some potpourri. Oh, and look! Fine bone china cups? I thought he was saying bona fide, but fine bone china cups? What?
Never knew you were so cultured.
Come on, Maya. This is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much.
It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French.
Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometime, huh, Maya?
Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and again.
There's something stuffed behind the rack.
Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, and look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. It's a little penis.
MC Bomber.
MC Bomber in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. $100,000, maybe.
I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to mean. Ah, this paper. It's from December 3rd. This paper's from the day of the poisoning.
What?
Paper from the day of the murder. This has got to be a clue. I should see if I can find out more about this paper. Ferme? Is that like closed in French? That's what I would guess. This table's set nicely. Just needs a customer.
What do you think this flower is, Nick?
Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip. And it's not a sunflower. I don't think...
Duh! Even I could have told you that.
Well, those are the only kind of flowers I know. Dagnabbit, I'm a lawyer, not a botanist! Dagnabbit, Nick. This must be the table where the murder occurred.
I guess so, with all the police tape around it.
That stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth! Okay, Maya? Thanks, foolproof. 21 months.
21?
Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya?
Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know.
That's not what you said last night. Then why can I picture you doing just that? Is that it? Oh. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there.
Really? cool. I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing.
Gotcha. I was only kidding, Maya.
Nick! There are lies that are okay to tell and lies that definitely aren't.
All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. Yeah, almost 2 years. How time is slow and monotonous. This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. Oh, good observation. It's the restaurant's front entrance. There's a sign hanging from the door written in French. Probably says open or closed. Must be one or the other. I don't know which side, because I don't know Jacques about French. I don't know Jacques about French.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, I didn't examine the photo frame. Never mind, I can't examine the photo frame. Yeah, I already read that. Alright, well, we can probably go show that to our gal. Right?
Oh, a sports paper. Let's see. Did Gutson Braun manage to defend his heavyweight title?
Sorry, Maggie. That paper is almost a month old. It's actually from the day of the murder.
And Gutson got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid.
Oh, no. I found this paper in the magazine rack at Tribulations.
Really? That's strange. Tribulations doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. And maybe one of the customers left it behind.
Anyway, I want you to take a look at this scribble here.
Aha! That's it, sir! MC Bomber! That was the name that was written on the CD!
Just as I thought.
I guess it wasn't MC Screwdriver after all, huh?
Oh, sorry, the robot's not working? Oops, sorry, I didn't notice. I was too busy doing the voice lines. Let me go fix it. Okay, Cloudbot. Activate. There we go. Thanks, Streamlabs.
So that $100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me $100,000, I'd sing for sure. The Master of Curain, or the Spirit Song, or even Maya's theme.
Okay, Maya. So, if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may have belonged to the victim.
You're right.
So the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh?
I think we better step up to the investigation, don't you think?
Oh la la, bonjour, welcome to La Tribulations.
Oh, hello.
What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Oh my. Bienvenue. Welcome to Petit Restaurant.
Baby Avenue?
Oh no, my petite tulip.
Me?
Look at his face. Like a kitten rejected its own mother. Are you fatigued, man? Hello, Dionysus. An aromatic bath oil melange. Oh, la neroli and rose. My personal recommendation.
You think I need what?
Oui. Just add a couple drops of this mixture to the bath water and voila. It will soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastic.
Really?
And for le monsieur. Oh, me? Look at that face. Like a puppy rejected by life itself. Are you fatigued, no? For you, monsieur, I recommend this.
oil for bergamot, and maybe hint of a wee. I'll add a little peppermint and the luxurious sage of fragrance exceptional. Such an invigorating recipe would bring out your delicious beauty, monsieur.
But my beauty?
Hello, if you will be seated, I will bring you a special menu of the day.
Actually, we're not here to eat. We're lawyers.
Mais bien sûr, I know this already, monsieur. You're the Phoenix, right, no?
Yeah, you know me?
My baby, I could never forget the man who flows with me, especially in court.
I did what now? We were flirting? Oh. Oh dear.
I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Zin Yop. And Nick, what's this about you flirting with this man?
It looks like everyone to do with this case knows who I am already.
I wonder what sort of impression Zion Eop's been leaving on people, don't you? Let me introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Auchan, enchanté.
Oh my goodness.
So what does tres bien mean? I know tres, that means 3, right? No. Tres bien is Francais. In English, you will say very good. Oh, very good. Oui, exactement. L'atmosphere of tres bien and la cuisine is tres bien.
If the food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here?
Ma cuisine is not for some people. They do not appreciate la haute cuisine.
I thought everyone liked hot cuisine.
I have lost Maggie. I do not have enough hands.
So you're running this place on your own now?
Oui, for the moment. No one has answered my advertisement. Oh, poor me.
Please don't eyeball me when you say that.
I'm the chef. I'm the manager. I'm also a trained aerotherapist. A Roman what? I thought you were French. Oh, a practitioner, the aromatherapy, the art of soothing the soul with the delicate floral aromas.
Delicate? The smell coming from that bottle earlier was anything but. So, could you tell me what you know about the incident?
Bien, it makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it happened.
Yeah, I guess it's been about a month since Maggie's sentencing.
So, it was the 3rd of last month, just after 1 of the afternoon. A man who was in here for coffee suddenly became ill.
Because of the poison in his coffee?
That is the truth as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was already slumped in his chair. He was dead? Mon Dieu, oui! He was dead. Maggie had passed out also.
And this man who died, was he alone?
Oui, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but... I see. The police, they asked me 1,000 times. Are you sure there was no one else at the table, they asked? But I am the only one. The old man said this is the same thing.
Old man? What old man? Well, he looks like he has strong arms. So who's this old man that you mentioned?
At the time of the murder, there was another customer in here. What? Someone else saw it? My oui. As usual, he came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But he said the same thing, that there was no one else at the victim's table. But Maggie swears there was 2 people. My mademoiselle, the lawyer, could not prove this, no?
About the lawyer. That was me, I suppose?
My bien, sir.
Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me.
Don't kid yourself, Nick. Now who's the one making stuff up?
We found this sports paper in the magazine rack here.
And my customers must have left it behind. Do you have any idea which customer it was? The only idea I have is Mademoiselle. I save for my occasion. I'm not a lawyer myself. I do not wish to speak out of turn. But your defense in court that day was a little, how you say, lacking, perhaps. Even a Frenchman who cannot speak English could have done a better job. You were very cool, though. Ah, oui, oui. So handsome. Hey! Careful what you say to Nick. He is not handsome. He is beautiful. And... I wonder just how bad the defense could have been. Every time you opened your mouth, the whole courthouse stirred.
Oh man, that is something I don't want to imagine. Oh no? Nothing else? Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I can't believe you got an impersonator.
I can't either.
But look on the bright side. Only famous stars have people impersonating them.
This isn't funny, Maya. It's not just an impersonation. This guy stole my identity. So maybe wrongly convicted as a result.
Guess you should have gone into showbiz, huh, Nick?
Okay, so no one's here. Oh, wait, yeah, right.
Oh, so you met the owner, Mr. Armstrong.
He's, how can I put this? Pretty unique, huh?
He really has an intense aura as a chef and as a person.
Yeah, he has a pretty intense aroma, too.
So did Mr. Armstrong really not see the killer? Apparently not. Well, he's in the kitchen all the time, so I guess it's possible that he didn't. No matter what happens, I never let things get me down. You're always so positive, aren't you, Maggie? Macho Maggie Bird, they say. The early bird catches the worm. A bird in the hand. Wow, all those phrases are named after you? And I never turn my back on anything. You're always so strong, aren't you, Maggie? Macho Maggie Bird, they say. I'm a tough old bird. Tough old bird, Nicky. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Thanks for your help last year. Oh, it was nothing. We got you off the hook. Hope you can help me out this year, too. Yeah, me too. It'd be sweet if we could get that verdict overturned.
Alright, I guess we can talk to you about Maggie.
Maggie was a policewoman once, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah, but she had to quit for, reasons beyond her control.
Oui, oui. She was less suspected in the murder investigation, no?
Oh, wrong voice.
Oh, you know about that? That is why I gave her the perfume full of happiness.
Happiness perfume?
Oui, blended from Bermuda, like I have given you before.
But she's been arrested again, and found guilty this time.
This is true. Natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong.
Just admit it, your perfume doesn't work.
I'm not surprised she was the prime suspect. After something like that took place before my very eyes.
Something like what? What's this guy talking about?
Does this mean Maggie did have a motive?
We gotta ask this guy more info as that. When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen?
I suppose you could say so.
So what happened?
No, it was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy. She's still been indicted for murder. Prosecution must have come up with some kind of motive. It is true.
If there was anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So
please, tell us anything you know.
Oh boy. Oh boy, we got the Cyclops! Oh dear!
No way, what are we gonna do, Nick?
We'll just have to remove... What the?
What's wrong?
The Magatama. It's gone! What?
Huh?
I had it in my pocket, but it's vanished into thin air!
What?
I could see the Cyclops. Maybe that means the Magatama's nearby? Was it really me? Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? The table where the victim was sitting. Was anyone else sitting there?
That is a question you will have to ask him yourself. Huh? Him? The old man spends all of his time thus Lepar.
Par? Oh, park. What park's that?
Behind the restaurant. It's called the Vitamin Square. Thank you. Je vois une fille, my dear. Let's go check out this Vitamin Square right away, Nick.
Has it been gone this whole time, by the way? Was my Magatama in here, or has it been gone the whole time? I actually didn't notice.
So this is Vitamin Square.
Yeah, I see where they get the name from now. Fruits scream vitamins at ya!
Hey, Nick. That's the guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about?
That grouchy-looking grandpa?
He's throwing seeds for the pigeons.
My, he's not throwing seeds for them. He's throwing seeds at them. Oh my. That is a disgusting nose. Mario's hit some hard times. My grumpiness threat level has just been raised to red. Hey, big boss. Excuse me. Would you mind if I had a word with you?
Yes!
I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons?
He's really chucking those seeds at him. That's gotta hurt.
Go on, eat this.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you about Maggie Bird?
I don't know any Maggie Bird. Yes, you do, Maggie, the waitress at Trace Bien. It's a disgrace, I tell you. Utter disgrace. A disgrace? An innocent young girl revealing herself like that. With her booty shorts and her big pussy vagina hanging out all over the place. What's with women these days?
Revealing? You mean her uniform?
The youth of today, they don't have no shame. No shame, I tell you, not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan? Like honor and modesty. What about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing. You? Your problem is you lack any sort of grace. Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Nick, I'm only gonna wear bikinis from now on.
Okay. Do you go to Trace Bien a lot?
No, that a miserable excuse for a restaurant. That garbage they serve in there is not the food. Where's the sushi, the tempura, the rice?
Trace Bien is a French restaurant, sir.
Where do you think we are, boy? In the Paris?
I want the real food, not those snooty snacks. And what about those shameless girls? You know, Japan's got like the biggest record for like sex stores and porn shops and hentai. It's like every street corner. You can't judge French. Well, okay, you can judge French, but not for that. You can see all the way up there. Yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Listen, it's not my restaurant. It's a miserable excuse for a restaurant. That place is miserable. He certainly knows the place. He must be a regular. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going?
Are you sure are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there?
To see up all the girls' skirts? What he was just complaining about? There you are, you filthy pigeons! You want the food? Ha! Take a day!
Must be hiding something, right?
If he is, I should be able to see a Cyclock or two. Oh, wait. I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh?
Remember, Nick, that Magatama's only on loan. You'd better find it or else.
Pearls ever gets a wind of this, I'm gonna be in a world of pain. Show you this? Nope. How about I show you... Nope. How about this guy? Nope. Job listings?
Ooh, there's a magazine here.
It's a magazine full of job listings. You're disgusting, a rogue. Picking up something someone else threw away. Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job? Yeah, that's none of your business. Sorry, I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then. I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back. Too bad. Now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up. Hey, that's mine!
Look at this orange, reminds me.
Of what?
An orange! That you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. You can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Hey look, pigeons!
Yeah, and heaps of them too.
Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace?
That's a dove, not a pigeon.
Poor things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it, Nick?
You're overthinking this one just a smidge, Maya.
This place is so fruity.
It's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites.
Then that apple slide is perfect for you.
And what is so perfect about it?
Oh, come on. Don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on, woo!
This case was originally going to be Injustice for All, with that dove was going to be a reference to Max, with the implication that it escaped him. Oh, really? This was going to be after the circus? I get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone can see that.
Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I give it a try too. I used to love sandboxes like you wouldn't believe.
Really? You?
Sure. Finding iron fillings in the sand with a magnet was my favorite thing to do.
Due to size limitations. Oh yeah, because it was on Game Boy Advance. I guess that makes sense. Iron fillings. Wow, that's too exciting for words.
It was my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in that sandbox. I was such a kid back then.
So, did you manage to get all the iron?
No, I never did. I think I came close, though. Come to think of it, I still have all the iron filings I found way back when. You want them?
No. I don't even want to look at it. Okay. What a big old baby.
Mademoiselle! Yes? Are you looking for a job? What? No, I was just... Let me see, your style is different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitations! You have passed! I will hire you! Viens, come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Nick, help!
I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both? She's actually gone! Maya? Hello? Maya's been kidnapped? Oh, right, she gets put in the maid uniform, doesn't she? That's on the front. Well, Nick, you're about to get real lucky, buddy. Get out of here, ant. I just wait around. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. Guess I've asked her pretty much everything. I'll come back if there's anything else I need to ask her later. Poor Maya. Looks like Armstrong's really taking a shine to her. I suppose I'll just have to let her work at the restaurant for a while. I'll go pick her up from Trace Bien once things have cooled off. Do you really? We're just letting her take the job? Okay. Okay. Do I have to show him something? Because I can't progress now that Maya's gone. Someone's gotta pay the bills. And that someone's gotta be Maya. Okay. He doesn't want anything! Oh wait, maybe I show him my badge. What a bitch. Can I scroll here? I think back to when I was young. Wonder what I found so great playing in the sandbox. Maybe I'll come back here in the middle of the night one of these days to relive it. On second thought, being arrested by Gumshoe would be too embarrassing to bear. The pigeons are so busy picking at the seeds that they don't notice anything else. Seeing those birds eat such intense focus reminds me of Maya when she's scarfing down a burger. You don't see many parks like this anymore. What a great place for kids to play. That old man's the only one here chucking seeds at pigeons. This is where I found that job listing magazine before. A guy like me carrying around a magazine like that kind of gives the wrong impression. Guess I better give it back to the old man once this investigation's over. Does it want me to examine anything in here? Like, do I sit down and wait for them? Mr. Armstrong must have had a pretty big neat freak. He already made this table ready to go. If only the food in this place was edible. We haven't even tried it yet, and you're already thinking it's inedible? You know, Mr. Armstrong is not thinking of buying those. There's a bunch of little trinkets on the shelf by the door. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all of these personally. It's really tight behind the cash register counter. Can Mr. Armstrong even get in there? And if he got in, could he get out again? What am I missing? What am I supposed to do? Seems to be the table where the poisoning occurred. Stain tells the story well. The whole area is still cordoned off with police tape. Guess it might still be under investigation. So though it's nice that people can take it easy after the holiday rush. Okay. Oh, the criminal department. I didn't come back here. Gumshoe? Well, pal, have you found any evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court sitting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And Donut's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him. Now listen up, pal. Maggie's found guilty again. Yes? I'll make sure you get locked up for good. Got it? Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force, you were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, you know, not too close, you know. Hey, what's with the funny looks, pal, alright? Maybe we banged once or twice, but that's none of your business. It was just... I was just hurt. It wasn't anything like, look, sure, I was your boss when she was doing her training, but that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe sure is sweating up a storm over nothing. So that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a local crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything, pal. Come on. I was, Note to self, gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You gotta keep it a secret. Sure. And would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You'd have to be blind not to see what's on your mind. So I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? It was featured on the magazine that Gumshoe gave to Edgeworth on 1/5. Aw. So they had lots of little references to TNT. They're just guessing because of my face. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn Elk. He was a computer programmer. I see, a programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. And all she did was take him a cup of coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chef. It was the first time he'd seen the guy. A programmer and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her motive? Sorry, pal. I'm real busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look into it yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? He didn't tip her? This isn't really proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled over the case, and all the evidence is in already. Their only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow. So I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there, and she's a bit off base sometimes, but God is she hot. I mean, but she was a good cop. It's not exactly complimentary, you know. So, what do you think really happened? just how contradictory is her testimony? The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there's that CD. CD? Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. But our guy turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Well, I'm guessing the other guy poisoned him, stole the CD. It was like a band misconception, and he wanted all the money for himself. That's my little game theory. Not on the table, not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. But Maggie didn't say the victim was wearing an... sorry, Gumshoe, that's my line? Oh, pal, sorry, you should have said something sooner. Here you go. But didn't Maggie say the victim was wearing an earpiece, too? Yeah, but now it's from the portable radio in the front of his pocket, or his hoodie. A radio? He didn't have a CD player? You got it. Your phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Tribulations didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. Well, there's got to be more to the case than meets the eye, Lester. There's got to be a big twist. And Big Boss said it's a really goofy thing with lots of silly turns, so who knows what's going to happen. Have you gone to see Maggie? Of course I have, but I wasn't much good at consoling her. I'm not very good with words. Oh. Yeah, I guess I must have looked a bit down. Maggie was really supportive of me. It was great to have someone to talk to. Did he go for her or for himself? Hey, so how come she's not with you today? She's working down at the restaurant right now. Working, huh? It's tough being broke, I would know. Okay. Next time I see her, I'll show her how to make the world's best instant noodles. We low earners have to stick together. It's the only way. You know, why is he shaking my hand with such enthusiasm? That's the guy who's gonna be the prosecutor in Maggie's retrial tomorrow. Oh, really? He was working on a bunch of more important cases at the moment. But he canceled them all just so he could take you on, pal. Why is that guy so determined to see me fail? You sure attract a lot of attention, huh? Too bad it's all the wrong kind. Yeah, we've kicked his ass before, it's fine. Don't worry about it, Gumshoe. Anything else to talk to you about? Nope. Okay. No, Tribulations! I want to go to Tribulations. Oh, they're still not ready? Maybe I still got more to talk to Gumshoe about. Oh yeah, I didn't show him any evidence. Oops. I just showed him people. No, not that. What's that? A sports paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Tribulations. It's dated the same day as the murder. You may be onto something here. Take a look at this. See this written here? MC Bomber. Hey! What is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. Ah, it's no good. I can't remember. And he goes back to being the Gumshoe we all know and love. Hey, pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I'm gonna get a handwriting analysis done on the scribble. Handwriting, huh? It'd be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. I bet this will turn into an interesting clue. Cool. Yeah, I mean, they don't know, do they? They never understand that Phoenix just does not give up. You know, I wasn't at the trial myself, but I asked this one detective I know how your defense was. And what'd he say? He started off by saying, I'm at a complete loss for words. But he must have found some quick because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty. I was trying to get Maggie found guilty? Duh! The guy who was impersonating us is the guy who murdered the other guy, who was probably in the band. You guys still aren't done? Ugh, I gotta make with the talkie. Is that thing real, pal? Why does everyone keep asking me that? I wonder what this phony of yours is like. You had Maggie found guilty of murder, doesn't that tell you? Gotta track this creep down. What else do I have to talk to you about? Fucking... Who haven't I shown you? This guy? That guy? That chef of Tribulations, eh? You know what that chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is full of toxins. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. The label says juniper. I'm under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day. Under orders? Yeah, you know. There's something about that lady. I mean guy. You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type. You're more my type, buddy. I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved with the case somehow. I think he knows a little more about our charming chef. I think that's everybody except for Mia. She cross-examined me once, you know. What? Mia did? Yeah, that was us, the big guns locking horns. Witness versus lawyer. It was a battle of cunning tactics and tricks. The witness isn't supposed to play any tricks. Can't believe she's gone. 32 to 23. That's not that bad. They're both of age. At this point, it's out of our control. What's that? 7... 8 years? Oh wait, no, 9 years. 9 years? 7, 8, 9, yeah. Why didn't they make it closer? I mean, it's Japan. I mean, you know. As long as they're both over 18, to be honest, I'm okay with it. As long as they're both fucking adults, I'll take it as a win. Ugh. I think that's actually pretty close to my parents' age gap. Again, I think if you're over fucking 20, I don't think anybody can tell you what you can do. American chocolate? I think so. I think I've had American chocolate. It tastes like horrible feces, but, you know, I've had it. I think Hershey's isn't changed here. I think we still get your guys' Hershey's. But all of our other chocolates changed. I think, like, everything else is made with our chocolate. Actually, I don't know. Maybe Reese's Peanut Butter Cups aren't. I do like Reese's. If that is indeed American chocolate is not changed for our market. Because it could be changed for our market. I don't really know that deep into the chocolate trade. But I wouldn't be surprised if we changed a lot of brands to be, like, proper chocolate and not like acid reflux. Like, oh man, if I could get some of you Americans, like, if you've never had like Whitaker's chocolate, oh my god, that shit's so good. That shit just melts in your mouth. Oh my god. That's the expensive chocolate we have here. You know, it's always been a, it's kind of shit, but it's kind of good at the same time. We have these, like, marshmallow Santas. I don't know if you guys have them. Yeah, you probably do. Like, around Christmas time, you get a bunch of, like, Cadbury stuff coming in, and it's all Christmas themed. There's these marshmallow Santas that don't taste like any other, like, product with marshmallow in it, like marshmallow and chocolate. It's completely unique, and I fucking love it. I think it's got caramel in there as well. So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef at Tribulations? It's kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. He's just kind of sexy. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kind of unimportant, gossipy stuff, you know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Tribulations and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? Guess I better go find out more about the chef and Tribulations, and then report back to Gumshoe. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's making me kind of dizzy. Hi! The mental asylum is down the street. Okay. Bye. Who's that just now? A customer? It's sort of a dark aura around her and brain damage. Ah, welcome, bienvenue. Wait, no, this is Maya. She says bienvenue.
Welcome, bienvenue.
What a cute voice.
Oh, it's just you, Nick.
But Maya!
Well, how do I look?
Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium.
Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer.
Who's that woman I just saw?
Oh! Since you're here, you might as well have something to eat.
I am kind of hungry, actually. Aw. So, I dropped my controller, Maya. It slipped through my crotch. Is that a ghost? How do you like your new job, Maya?
I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course, we need a customer before I can do any of that.
Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come.
Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my give me a tip smile.
Maya, pull your skirt back up.
Hey Nick, why don't you order something? The chef's brewing a tasty lunch set at the moment, or so he says.
How much is it?
It's the twin tea set, so it's $20, of course.
The 20 set? I believe I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive.
What? But you can't! Come on, Nick! It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register.
How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy.
Yeah, right. Maybe later.
About the lunch.
Fine choice, sir.
No,
Kitchen, a lunch special, please! With all the extras, drink, side salad, dessert, and gift.
I don't need any of that.
Just a moment, please, sir.
Maya's really getting into this. Well, all that for $20? Yeah, not bad. So how much was that lunch set then? $20, huh? But with the drink, side salad, and dessert, it's $45! Hey, wait a sec, Maya.
Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, your deluxe fortified lunch set.
Oh, look at him. Whoa.
Dish inspired by lobster, abalone, fricassee with balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit!
Thanks.
Come on, Nick. Hurry up and try it already.
Lobster. Alright, down the hatch. Oh.
Well?
Are you hungry, Maya?
I'm starving.
Here, it's yours.
Really?
Oh. Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you'd better polish off that plate.
I just remembered. I've got to clean the toilets.
Hey! You can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Costs $20 despite how unbelievably bad it tastes. It looks good. Hey, where'd you get this leaf on it?
Oh, there's not any mere leaf, mon ami. That's a little bit of a stalk I got from outside.
You mean a stick?
Oui.
How does that guy manage to make good food taste so bad?
Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen?
The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. What was it Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all the chef's greatest secrets.
In the kitchen? That sounds tasty.
Hey, wait up, Maya!
What is it? I'm pretty busy right now.
Were you going to show me around?
There goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off in your face.
I better conduct the search in the kitchen myself. She is adorable in that costume. I love it. January 6th, Trace Bien Kitchen.
And here it is, the famous Trace Bien Kitchen. It's my first time in here too, actually.
It's a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure.
Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so you better search quickly. Chop chop!
What's this? It looks like a treasure chest or something.
Wow! Look at all these little bottles!
Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many of them. They're overflowing onto the floor.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100! And they're all the same, too. Hey, wait a minute.
What is it?
There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
Well, what do you know? It doesn't have a label either.
And it doesn't smell...
So what's that liquid inside then, I wonder?
Hey, Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he?
It's probably the poison! Hey! My Magatama!
Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of all these seasonings. Hey, Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that?
Isn't that used in Chinese food? Ah, look! Right there on the counter! My Magatama!
Oh, no, it's my Magatama! What's it doing here?
What indeed?
Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of all these seasonings. Hey, Nick, this container has oyster sauce.
Oh, thank you, Badge of Dirty. Isn't that used in Chinese food?
Look at these knives. They look really sharp. Like I could pierce someone. I could pierce the skin of my handsome lawyer friend.
I'd like to see how one of those would slice through a cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake? Well, you don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick.
Oh, I would love a cheesecake. A cheesecake right now would be great.
Now this is one large mirror. I bet this one's where he makes himself look all pretty.
There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Can we share? No!
Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it?
Looks like a collection of poems he's written.
Poems? Cool, read one out. Say it in your best French accent, with intensity, okay?
Okay, here's one. It's called The Printemps. The two of them were like actors from a film. The coffee still undrunk. Sweet nothings over too soon on that sad Saturday morning. The foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea, and I know what I will do. I must lie to you. I must.
Nick, that was fucking awful. That's it?
Yep. That's a poem for you. What are those lace curtains for?
I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. Lace underwear. Nick. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I'd be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those.
How do you respond to something like that?
That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. It must be the lobster and abalone fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette.
Is that what I just ate for lunch?
Maybe. What you ate is the only French dish I know the name of.
Too bad I don't. Well, we found our Magatama. Magatama! Anything else to grab a peek at? About this.
Sorry, Nick. I'm a waitress now. I've got a pile of work waiting for little old me.
Oh, I guess we can take that to Gumshoe. No, I didn't. I did mention that. I did not notice that the Magatama was gone until they brought it up. Hey, you're just in time. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? The lab got back to me about the newspaper you gave me. Must be in the Smorts paper with the memo scribbled on it. So, what did they say? Did the analysis turn up anything? They said the journal was written by the victim, Glenn Elg. No doubt about it. I expected as much. The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the facts at the moment. MC Bomber. I get the feeling I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well, guess it'll come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in that restaurant, okay, pal? Hey, check this out. You got one of those aroma bottles too, huh? Only this one doesn't smell. Huh? I don't get you. This was mixed in with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. It doesn't even look like the same. Wouldn't you agree? Cologne bottle that doesn't smell, huh? Smells like a skunk to me, pal. Might let me borrow that bottle for a while? I want to send it to the lab for analysis. The victim was poisoned, so the contents of this bottle are pretty important. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. I had a hunch there was something funny about that chef. You suspect Jean Armstrong? I've got that guy's number. I know what his secret is. That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before. I guess I'd better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean. Let me just show you this real quick. Sorry, pal. All I can think of is Maggie at the moment. I didn't mean it like that. Well, I mean, that's no secret. So what's Mr. Armstrong's secret? You ever had lunch at Tribulations, pal? Yeah. So how was it? Put it nicely, it was inedible. Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is so empty. It's because of the food. I mean, the place is so clean. He's got a girl like Maggie as a waitress, so... Yeah, I guess it's probably the food. The real scoop on the guy is if he's up to his ears in debt. Really? How much does he owe? This is a copy of his loan contract. He's about $500,000 in the red. $500,000? Are we talking dollars? Yeah. Hey, if it was sterling, he'd really be in trouble. Sorry, that figure just took me by surprise. Yeah, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that that chef's got something to do with most of them. That's my hunch. Interesting. Can I show him this? That's your $500,000 bills. What was that in there for? Is there really that much money tied up in this case? I can't give you an answer on that, pal. Not without the case file in front of me. But I'll tell you this. That Armstrong guy would have done anything for cash. He was desperate, you know. No, I don't, but I think I sort of get the picture. Alright. Interesting. Oh, okay. Same thing. Hey, Maya. Check this out. Okay. Okay, you really just don't want to talk about anything? Thought for sure it would be showing Maya the thing, but I guess not. Is that Mask to Mask as well? Why are you drawing a Mask to Mask? Oh yeah, wait, he was mentioned in the news, right? Okay. Oh, here we go. Alright. Wonder whose bike that is. The old guy's not here anymore. Drat, I still have unanswered questions for him. A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right here in the middle of the park like this? A wheel guard and the light are busted? Guess there must have been an accident. It's totally wrecked. We found our imposter. Hey, what do you think you was doing with my bike? No, I was just... You've been messing with my new ride? Is that what you've been doing? New ride? You're gonna pay for this. It wasn't me. I was just passing by. Hey, then who's that who would have covered with all the saddle and the crap, huh? You was gonna pay. You catch my drift? No, wait a sec. I'm not a pigeon. I could... Wise guy, eh? How'd I beat you so hard till you were smooching the express train? Uh-oh. Better watch your back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then you's gonna pay. Actually, I'm a lawyer myself. What'd you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Phoenix Wright? You say you Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So you a wise guy too, huh? 'Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only. What? Out of my way, I gotta cruise. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he? He was bright red. He blended in with that apple perfectly. He wasn't anything like me. I guess I better make a note of the scooter. Ridden by my phony, the wheel guard's all smashed up. Pathetic. Oh, it's you.
A few threats from a little brat like that, and you look like a pigeon that's got seeds in its eyes.
Have you been here the whole time, then?
I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. Don't mind me. I just forgot the voice for a second.
More like you had some covering to do. Cowering? Covering? Cowering. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just that if you dislike it so much, why do you keep going there? Sir?
There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want the food? Here, take that.
Okay, you're also psych-locked. I knew it. This guy has got something to hide, but what could it be? Well, we have no proof that he goes there yet. Right? Yeah, 3 from Mario. Oh, I don't even have his character profile. I guess I can try do it. It's time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at a restaurant that you dislike so much?
Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to restaurants. To eat.
To eat? Is that the whole truth?
What do you mean?
I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all.
You insolent brat! How dare you accuse me? What proof have you got?
I can tell that you nor anyone else in the world will go to that place where it's food. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the lunch menu.
That's the 20 cent.
The food at Tribulations is horrible. Inexpensive.
You're wrong. It's cheap.
Huh?
I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I'm stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born, other than the feeding of the pigeons.
What a load of crock.
The taste's another story, but that price, it's nothing to me.
This is Elon Musk. Okay, I see. So you're saying that you go there because you've got money to burn?
Exactly. I have so much cash I could go for a swim in my money vault every day.
Unfortunately, that's a lie.
What? Oh!
You don't have money to burn. You're flat broke. Elon works, though? Psh, yeah, to make Twitter worse every day. It'd be unfunny. It takes hard work to be unfunny. Take it from me. This is yours, right?
My magazine!
Why would a rich retiree be looking for a job?
I was, so what? So I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money.
Oh?
I don't go to that restaurant for the food. I just go for the Javachino.
Yeah, I think you mean cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there?
$80.
Those better be some golden beans.
What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater? Do you? Is that it?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Elon, you want to know the latest fucking big old scheme he got? So he can't be ratioed anymore, he's taking away likes from comments. So if you reply to a tweet, you can't get liked. No likes on reply tweets. He doesn't want to get ratioed anymore. It's literally the whole reason. It's so ridiculous.
You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater, do you? Is that it?
No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there is really that great.
No, it's not. But anyway, yes, that place has free newspapers to read every day.
Newspapers?
Exactly. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there.
I'm sorry, sir, but there are no free papers to read at Tres Bien. I guess I show him that. Look at this.
What is it?
It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Tres Bien.
So, what of it?
This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than a month ago.
What?
Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that the customer had left behind.
Hi! Mamma mia!
Tell me, why are you so determined to hide the truth?
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm gonna have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go to Tres Bien is... well, I mean, he's either going there to help out Jean, or he's going to check out the ladies.
What are you asking me about that girl for?
She was the waitress at Tres Bien.
Hey.
Therefore, the answer to the mystery of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress, you horny old dog.
Oh. But I don't recognize that face.
And you're probably telling the truth here, because you weren't looking at the girl's face,
But at her ass.
no. That's the truth, isn't it? You became a regular at the restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. That uniform is all you can think about, isn't it?
I can't take it.
To you, that waitress was your...
Enough, please, no more. Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm so horny. Please, let it go. Hey.
Sir?
Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine. So I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful old devil.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I even get one of those lousy cups of cappuccino every time for $8. All because of the serving girl. Punish me, lock me up.
Really, that's not what I'm here for.
You'll be the same another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You'll know how painful it is to be an old man like me.
20 years? I'm only 26.
46 is not that old.
Okay, whatever. Listen, sir.
Stop calling me that. I have a name, you know, boy. So show some respect. It's Victor Kudo. Or I like to be called Mario.
Sorry, Mr. Mario.
You younger ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I'm not saying another word. I want to tell you anything more.
This guy was at the restaurant at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another.
Himph.
I don't believe this. I even broke his Cyclops and everything. Guess I'll have to try to get him when he's in a better mood. Maybe get Maya to come out here with the costume on. Now I have him.
Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons?
Yeah, he fed me as well. I got a bunch of those seeds in my eyes.
Ooh, ouch.
Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while?
Huh? Me? Why?
Because we're partners and I like having you around. There's something I really wanted to ask that old man.
Sure, okay. I'll just get changed.
No, hang on. Can you go like that?
I guess? Does Nick like a little bit of a waitress?
Sir?
Him for you again. Well, I see.
Nick, his eyes are burning into me.
It's okay. I think it's going pretty well.
God,
Huh?
you're still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, all right?
Play on the side? I'm 19!
We're so close. Just a little more and he would have been spilled. We cracked this guy. Excuse me, please, sir.
Quiet! Can't you see them feeding at the pigeon?
Did she change into Mia? Mamma Mia! Mamma Mia! Well, Mamma Mia! If you don't mind, sir.
I'd really love to talk with you.
Yes. Of course, certainly. I'm a Mario. You can call me the Mario. I'm a Super Mario.
Even from beyond the grave, wow. About the incident.
You mean the man who died drinking the Javicino?
It's like he's a different person.
It was quite a shock, even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. The girl took the Javicino over to him, you see.
And was the customer alone?
Definitely. He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javicino and he said something like, "Ooh." Then he collapsed, dead.
Oh, how terrifying.
You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know.
He certainly seems to be telling the truth now. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see the other man either.
Do you like the food at Trebian?
Well, of course. I'm really a sophisticated old man. I was a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London.
Really? How interesting.
Eating at the food at the restaurant really takes me back to my days in France.
What a lovely story.
London's in England, not France.
Oh yes, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France.
Can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy. Ugh. You're gonna go look something up.
You visit Trebian a lot, don't you?
Of course. I mean, yes. I'd like to come and see you there.
Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure.
Be careful of that chef, my dear.
The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong?
That's right. That man's an ex-con.
He's an ex-con?
Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do?
Oh no, those eyes. I can't take this. Oh, I need to run to the bathroom.
Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand.
He steals things from his customers.
From his customers?
Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly.
He stole our thing. He stole our Magatama.
He's a pilferer, so you should be careful around him, my dear.
Are you sure about this?
Of course, he was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened, having my Javicino.
He really is a regular.
Let me write you a little haiku about it.
A haiku?
A Japanese poem. It will explain all you need to know about that chef. Convicted before, a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. If he takes anything again, let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement.
Poor guy, he couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Thanks, Mia. You got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. And then Maya lost the power-up.
Oh, I really like having big titties. God damn it. Mia, why can't you just stay a little longer? I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation.
Had enough of being a waitress?
Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant.
Oh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, no. Oh, can you leave me like this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a Psych Locker 3, didn't he? I'm gonna have to break those. Mr. Armstrong, I sure hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you.
Oh, sure. Of course.
One second, I'm gonna check something real quick.
Oh, wow. I can't even find one. Huh. Dang. Oh, wait. Silly me. They're her full name. Ooh, okay, Mia. Not bad, not bad. 781. Yeah, Boss Man caught on to it quick. I'll just say, she's got more than Phoenix. Oh, wait, it's not even 5 yet. Okay. I don't like having my Magatama in the middle of my screen. I'd rather it be over by my, Oh, he's so sad.
What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling.
Weirdos. I have to know the truth. What happened that day?
Hellos, I will confess anything. Just don't hurt me.
Huh? Well, that was a new world record.
It was a lottery ticket.
A lottery ticket.
The man who died had the lottery ticket. For $500,000.
$500,000?
Oui, but after the incident, this ticket... it disappeared.
The ticket disappeared.
This was the motive whose prosecution gave Maggie. They said that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Yeah, sure. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
My loss.
You've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me. And I want to know the reason why.
No, monsieur, you doubt me, but I have confessed everything to you that I know.
Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket, I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by you! Mr. Armstrong, I believe there's a very high possibility that it was you. Wow, that was one piercing scream, even for a man like him.
Why, you have no evidence? I am not Master Mask. I'm not the kind of person who steals the property of others.
Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. I wonder if I could show that. Can I show this? Oh, come on. They should let me do that because he stole from me. It was in your kitchen.
What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well. I adore poems.
Please, read it. Put some feelings into it.
Convicted before, a wicked man or woman, repeat offender.
I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you've been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you?
Mon Dieu, le mensonge, you are a liar.
You deny it?
Do not make la false accusations, s'il vous plaît. Do you have any proof? I see la inconceivable proof that I've stolen from one of my customers.
Yeah, now! You've stolen from me! It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong.
What is that?
This is my Magatama. I found it in your kitchen.
No!
Wow. That scream just about broke some windows.
Heavy. I have a weakness for little trinkets and little figurines. It just slips out. I cannot stop it.
You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, other things from your customers, right?
It is the truth. I'm just a timid little girl inside the monsieur. A timid little girl.
So his trans side comes out to steal things? Listen, I've heard that one before, okay? I support you in your transition, but stealing? Come on. Especially my Magatama. When it's my thing you're stealing, that's when I got a problem with it.
Besides, this time, it was not a small trinket, it was $500,000. No, why would I steal it? I have no need for such money.
Really now?
Monsieur, what is it?
Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? That you're in desperate need of a large amount of cash? You think he's abusing people? I don't know. He seems pretty genuine to me. But he did just use it as an excuse. This restaurant's deep in the red, isn't it? You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debts. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Yay! Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place?
Some man, he was listening to the radio with his earpiece.
Maggie did say something about that too.
The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded! Yes, every million, he shouted.
And the ticket?
He had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I put the poison in his coffee.
Right?
No. Oh no, you naughty man. I simply upped myself to one of his tickets. What?
He grabbed the wrong one, though, I'm guessing.
The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, oh, he had so many of them.
Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right?
How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you.
No, this is not true. I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000, I mean.
You just told us you did. You said you took a ticket.
My fee, it was not.
That's enough.
Huh? Ah! Mr. Godot!
What the hell are you doing here? This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. He came in here for coffee? Does his craving for coffee know no bounds? Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question.
The airhead? No, just a little girl who everyone is laughing at.
But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the one under suspicion.
He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made up with the winning ticket's petty neighbor.
So the ticket he took was worthless?
Not quite. He did win something. $1.
You see, I have my pretty face without my looks. I have nothing.
So, what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal. Indeed, what did happen to her? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? That's a weird but kind of cool line. That was kind of awesome. Yeah, I don't watch the trailers. We'll see how the movie turns out tomorrow, huh?
Voila, you two. Time to laugh at the pretty little airhead.
Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Looks like we've got a new mystery now, namely, where'd the winning ticket go?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer than this. And certainly not again. Well, I'm guessing our little imposter stole it. He was sitting right across from him, after all. So yes, you like this blanket I made for the getaway. I mean, $500,000? Goddamn. I'd love $500,000 right about now. Oh boy. I wouldn't need a job. I could stream every day without worrying about anything. And then I could overdose on energy drinks.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie! You would invest it? Well, I mean, probably. But, like, I just don't want to fucking do anything, you know? I just want to do this. That's all. Call me, I'll help you. Well, you are the only person I know who knows anything about stonks. So maybe I will. Stonks.
Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger!
And you! Yes? You better square this away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocence, you hear? If you screw this up, then I'll do some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious.
Hey, Detective, you're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mess with the facts, make sure to point it out, alright? Sure. Okay, we're forming an untied front here today, pal. You get me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly, huh?
You can only wish.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Again. What is the meaning of this?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Bitter.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor? What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was a phony Phoenix.
I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty?
So, Mr. Godard, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trent, whether you're fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. Also, is that the first time he's actually called us by our full name instead of Trite? That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for one reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything the phony me said, trust me.
Now then, Mr. Godard, please summon your first witness.
I don't know, maybe they just thought he turned into a tomato. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness, state your name to the court.
Also, I'm guessing that's some of the silliness that Big Boss was mentioning. The goofy logic. Sure. The name's Police Department Detective... Occupation Dick Gumshoe. Other way around, Detective.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Yeah, we already knew that. He got rehired in the credits. That's what Big Boss said.
Since yesterday?
Yeah, the guy who was the initial investigation's tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sure. The victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. And here are the floor plans for the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poison coffee was brought to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused?
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand the guy, Glenn Elg. What? Glenn Elg? Is that a pun for something? Glenelg. 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 I don't know. He was listening to the radio at the same time. It's a palindrome. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some type of motive. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
The facts of this case seem ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would like to ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me. Flip his name backwards. Right. Oh, it just is the same backwards and forwards. Glenelg. Glenelg. Wow. Is that really the only reason? It's such a weird name. That's the... They could have called him Race Car. That would have been better.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We'll just call him Race Car. We understand that the guy, Race Car, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup.
A few other characters will have palindrome names later. Okay.
What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Let me tell you, I put it in my cereal. Oh, bananas. I'm crazy about them. Detective, that would be just potassium. This is more or less poison.
Oh, so that's why I've been fainting every time I eat my cereal.
Well, anyways, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive.
Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true, so he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Objection!
What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey!
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. Their two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press on? Of course! 1. The chef was in the back. 2. There's literal, barricades between each table so that people can't watch you while you eat. I did know that there's cyanide in apple seeds. I used to eat the entire apple before I knew that. Now I don't do that. I used to eat the core and everything. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table is obscured in some way. Huh. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, right? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Very little, though. Not enough to kill. Well, if you eat enough of them, probably, right?
Yeah, one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population that offended. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place. Sorry, Your Honor. Here, this is your line. Godot, you better make me some coffee if you're going to steal my lines. This is the scene witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct?
I think the court will agree that such a clear view of the crime scene. How, Mr. Tribulations, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Because he was in the kitchen when it happened. He only came out after the scream. Ugh! He even confirmed that to us.
It certainly seems to show that the victim's table is extremely clearly.
He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told that to us too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece?
And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? How should I know?
Thanks a lot. Now we're one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used?
So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder?
If I had put it in the layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Huh. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Mr. Tread?
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. Ugh. Seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Of course! Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of this coffee?
What do you mean?
According to this file, the person, or the poison was found inside the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking.
In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh, for me?
Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have time to waste, you have time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
What piece was it again?
This. Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. She and Phoenix's covered face in coffee. This is the, victim's coffee cup.
Yeah, the victim's coffee cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain in it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in the cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him.
Like this. Ugh! For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Upon further investigation of the cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
It's, well, that stuff's lethal. Ain't too much in your history.
How much is too much?
A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. It's about enough to finish anyone off.
0.2 grams. How much is that?
Like, nothing.
You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much.
Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of.
Such a small quantity of earwax. If you got earwax from me, it would be more than that. Let me tell you. At least a kilo. Such a small quantity of poison could be concealed anywhere. And it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some sort of motive.
Some kind of motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we chuck you out. So stick to the facts, detectives. Now, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It should be from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Anyway, here's my new $500,000 jacket. Do you guys like it? Made it myself. Yeah, that's right. Made it myself. Yep.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Wait a minute. $500,000 jacket? One missing ticket?
Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? No, don't leave it! Don't leave it, Phoenix! Oh my god, it lagged.
Objection!
Go, go, go. Go, go, Gadget. Go, go, Gadget, Gumshoe. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Huh. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? Could I see that for a minute? Just like, maybe 15 minutes?
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search. Of course, of the defendant. What?
Order! Order!
She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
I'd better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering.
This ticket was presented to court in the previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now. Somehow, $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. That's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough! The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me.
But she was knocked out! She fainted!
The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit the crime.
Like an old man who knows the score.
There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to pay fools.
I don't mind an old man who's weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie's starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, it's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I say it's about time to wrap this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie! This is the apron of the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. That's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Huh. Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. The frills.
Something else? I presume you mean the frills.
Of course, I'm referring to the frills. The pocket. The pocket? Search carried out here after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer. It was in her apron pocket. Bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What?!
Order, order, order! This court will accept these items into evidence.
Yeah, what's the red? We're just gonna ignore that?
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
Oh, is it like jam? That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. Don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. That's, well, it's just ketchup.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking some on their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Well, it's done like that, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
Ugh. I thought everyone knew what that was already. Haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, the supporting evidence, they all have been clearly established.
Well, Trent, seems like you really are a phony after all.
Ugh,
You really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe to the court the scene of the crime and the findings of your investigation there.
Hold on. I need the drink. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. Must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket in the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
You identified the victim, secured your prime suspect, very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trot. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin. Here we go! Here we go! So I'm finally back, and not a phony too. And this time, I'm in the mood. I can handstand. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe?
There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened.
Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man.
Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at him and seeds.
Seeds. Huh, it was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. Guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in that place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. So you're saying there was lots of time for the actual murderer to get away? How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time.
In the kitchen?
Took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. Would have liked to have been at the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too.
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that. All pretty and peaceful. It's so peaceful. Just sitting there ripe for the touching. I mean...
You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know is about the investigation.
Oops, guess I'm pretty red now, aren't I?
He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen, then?
No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents?
Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. Victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
Some kind of outlaw? Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Wait a sec.
Huh? Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to the court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how are you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Oh, that.
He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table, along with the lottery ticket.
Seems Mr. Glenn L. visited his doctor before he went to Tribulations.
We got the victim's name for the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask more? So what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag was found empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty. Yeah, okay, we're starting to piece it together. I'm guessing that's the funny potassium. Huh. You entered an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate, huh? You tried? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective? But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. Happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes.
Keep up this crazy testimony, Detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry. Well, I already had to eat them for dinner. I'm very poor, you see.
So tried? Someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any.
Appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
Let me turn my light on.
And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's true that those two items were accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Yeah, oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
I saw you said to watch it, but I didn't watch it. I'm sorry.
And they're just gonna... Oops.
And they're just gonna let him get away with it? Gumshoe, I'll make you eat your own shoes if you take my lines again.
It was just $1, detective.
Just no one cares when it's that little. Except for Gumshoe. I mean, I think he was joking, but okay. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. Okay, I think I got it. What about a newspaper, huh? What about a newspaper? Okay, never mind. Newspaper gone. Anything missing? Something weird on this? Can't see anything weird. Except that he's dead. Oh, wait. No. Didn't have any identification on him. No, that doesn't count. Oops, don't save there. The crime was reported at 2:25 by a scary old man. 2:25, eh? No, that doesn't count. The bag. What about it? The victim got this from the doctor before going to Trace Bien. The bag is empty. I don't think it was missing. They just mentioned it, didn't they? Okay, never mind. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting. So hurry up, will you?
Testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription... oh, because it's empty! Oh my god. I was thinking of the actual bag. Duh. It's empty. Duh. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribune. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal! Indeed! Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, eh?
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself.
Order, order! Well, Mr. Godard, what do you have to say to that?
Huh, that's all? What? Read for the court the name of the clinic in the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Huh?
So what kind of illness was the victim suffering from? Mr. Godard?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bit of war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. L found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of his head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum?
Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside the ear canal, not to be ingested. What? It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. Oh, yeah? Well, I can't read the fine print. It won't let me. Found traces of the medicine in the victim's left ear.
Yes, here it is. Very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribune. Therefore, it was absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
Seems that this medication's irrelevant to the case after all.
No.
Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over.
She's right. I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of the medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medicine not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the air canal.
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
No.
No. You know as well as I that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems like a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough! Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? Yeah, I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that still bothers me.
Yay, good job, Nick. You yelled at him and you got some more time.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
Huh. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess. Make sure you pack your peanut butter sandwiches.
Whew, that was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. It looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about the lies and betrayal. I've had them all my whole life. It really hurts this time. I felt like someone punched me in the heart in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Poor Gumshoe. Seems like she really did like him.
So the next witness is going to be the old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo.
Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's going to be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you sure going to be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds.
I need water. I need water, my water. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
Prosecution calls the lucky old timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Here he is. Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? Okay, listen, youngin. How much coal do you think there is in a kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do. Or did back in Japan, I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, real craftsmen. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costume.
Anyway, like I owe anything for a pretty princess, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at the burger joint, pretending to smile.
Burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness. Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh, yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino.
Seeds?
What do you think these are,
I see.
So you saw everything that happened, Gramps? Did I? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I saw it all. Then please, tell the code. We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip and looked like he was in a terrible pain. It wasn't in a plane, not that I know of. And then he collapsed. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well, especially her posterior.
Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
God, you're as bad as the rest of them. All of these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones?
Newfangled?
All this talk of the radios and the glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me?
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elg? I wanted to know if Guts and Braun retained his championship or not. He was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question, there are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at a table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? I go to that place to drink a cappuccino. I do not sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. Other way around. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. I saw what the serving girl put in the cappuccino as well. Now, press harder. Your Honor, we need more clarification of what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the witness about what he knows about this and add it to his testimony. Is he going to say liquid? He's going to say liquid, right? And we're going to have to show that it's powder.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure. There's no question about it. She's very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Oh, damn it. White powder? Oh. Did she really put that in the coffee? You doubt me, boy? She took out some small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Okay, well, that's definitely the bottle. Have you been adding sugar? Sugar in a small brown bottle like that?
Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
Huh. A bottle like this, perhaps? Oh, there it is. That's the one.
It's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I assume.
What are the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you?
Ugh.
He took just one sip? You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died. Congratulations, you have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. So it was immediate death. With potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, he slumped over without as much as a twitch. I felt the Javachino I just drank turned sour in my stomach. Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
And the waitress, I presume she is...
That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear just such a uniform, even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court for any further mental anguish from that image.
Anguish? I thought it would look good.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You can dress up for me later. You gotta keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away. God, there are other things I recognize about her, too. He's pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would like you to add them to your testimony.
Sure, sure. There was a ribbon on her hair and an apron straps were loose. The apron straps were loose. The apron doesn't even have straps. Oh no! I didn't save. I'm gonna have to take that. I don't know where my last save is. I'm gonna have to just let that go. Oh. Whoops, that didn't go so well. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? Also the stains. He didn't mention the stains. And the ketchup was there beforehand. The coffee, definitely from that and her falling unconscious, but the ketchup? As if I remember that. The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right. I can even tell the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with this witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about the waitress's back? The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never even saw the witness from the front at all? Huh. He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about the facial features when they're asked to describe someone. Did he just object to himself? What? The ghost lady! The lady with the strap on her head! That's her! That's her hair! It was someone else. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment! I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps and ribbons! I'm just telling you what I saw! Objection! Fair, to be honest. He got you there. I mean, I can't blame Mr. Trite, you know, he got you.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure, sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. If I can't find a hole in it sooner, it'll be even longer, I bet. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes? No doubt about it. I didn't come this far to back down now. Victor Kudo never backs down. That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This has turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front.
Hey, did I just say something clever?
What if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie? Oops! Oh, now you're gonna say all that stuff again. Okay. There wasn't anything interesting about her that caught your eye. Well, what about the blood stain? Which is actually ketchup, but, you know. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would suit a filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clod. Gotcha. What? What is it? Ever since I said you were half-witted clod, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Oh. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before... Hey! Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oopsies!
Witness! What? Oopsies? You can't just say oops your way out of this.
Huh. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Tri, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird.
Exactly. When that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. Trim? How many subs to try drink coffee at the same rate as Godot? Well, if I liked coffee, probably 10. But, I mean, I hate coffee, so Srim. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in the perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what a burger a customer wanted. He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
Well, her ass was fat. She didn't have many titty, but you know, it's fine. He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had the newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling the pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. And the servant girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up his cup with a free hand and took a sip.
The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in great detail.
Oh, yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are you gonna handle this, Nick?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that this old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
I suppose, but it's what we do best. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Spectacles? Darker glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, the other was broken. You fangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. There wasn't another one. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses.
Seems to... he was wearing some sort of rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
We better come up with something sharp and quick.
Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Wait and see? Oh, okay. What was he doing with the other? He had the newspaper in it. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it? That young hooligan! I nearly asked him, can you stop? Can't you even read without fidgeting? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all the rustling going on? I needed to find out if Gustin Braun retained his championship title. It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so badly, why don't you go buy your own? What are you looking at me for like that? Don't judge me!
Gustin Brown got beaten yesterday, by the way.
The young man was listening to the wireless. The wireless? The decadent young rascal! In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless. Ah, boy. I'm using an earpiece. It's selfish, is what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. Was that desperate to listen to the radio? What are you looking at me like that? Don't feel sorry for me. Ow. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You'll never let anything go, is that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw her from the front or from the behind? Better not push it until I have some hard evidence. His free hand? Yes. Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was rustling the paper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then you should know what it is. Perhaps the weird Mr. Trine has 3 hands. Yeesh. I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish one thing. The old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss.
Guess we need to just find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh?
Anything will do, even the smallest detail. Okay, it's the glasses then. Let me save first, real quick. Or it's not. What do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow you.
Okay. I want to challenge him on the Oh, do I press again? Spectacles? Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other one was broken. You fangled rubbish.
Oh, you better come up with something sharp and quick.
Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Okay. How do I do that? I could... Oh, wait, he was drawing on it. Is that something? No. Okay. I'm rustling the pages. Um, 1:30 and 2:30. The wireless, I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javicino. This free hand. Nope. Are we not supposed to pin him on those spectacles? They said they just wanted something small. Which I'm guessing that's what it is. Job listings. Deadly powdery poison. Small pocket, but big stains. Body search of Maggie. Coffee cup. Photo of the crime scene. I can't remember where he was sitting. In his right hand. He was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Cappuccino. Took a sip. Okay, that was it. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know! There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing! If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Try? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while he was drinking the coffee in his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this, kindergarten? But would the court please take a look at this? His mouth, yeah, it lines up. It's gotta be his right hand. That's crazy. I just was like, 2 and 2 together. Makes coffee cup go with that. I didn't even truly put together. I did think there was something off about it, but I didn't put it together like that. But now, I do see it. His lips line up with grabbing it with his right. That's a clever solution, actually. I like that. I wasn't even thinking about that. But I knew something like that was weird. Why would they, like, pin me for not knowing lefts and rights if it wasn't important? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court's waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Oh!
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park.
Wait! Mamma mia! If you think I'm just gonna stand here and listen to you while you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care what that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony.
The young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen. It's that young hotbot you and you spiky-haired yahoo who are at fault.
Me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Don't call me old man, old man! Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure, why not hear a little more?
Mr. Godot!
Am I saying Godot correctly, by the way? Is it Godot? Like Godot you on? Goat you on? Godoot? Mr. Godu? But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. I'm choking under my... Oh! Fuck. Gado. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
Really? We have, like, fucking spy glasses and Phoenix Wright cannon? The inside of the lens screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. That's not real, is it? Do we have those in real life? I don't think so, right? That's like a sci-fi thing. Cool, though. HD, TV, DVD, CD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth. It's true. He does seem to be lying. He doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts. In good old black and white. Left hand or right hand? Boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Yep, true. Yeah, they're working on stuff like that. I wouldn't mind one of those to have chat. Have chat in one of those little eyepieces. Be able to see you guys at all times. So the victim was wearing an HMD. HD, TV, CD, DVD, what does it matter? It was none of them, actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question! I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at this floor plan. On the opposite table, he'd only have a view of the victim's head. Keep fiddling with it all the time. It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenelg. He was getting on my nerves, rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss, dying from one sip of Javachino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just look at him, made me suddenly spit up in my seed eating. I could have choked. Like the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. Well, fastening your left cuff with your right hand How else are you gonna do it? You're gonna reach down? If you want to do that, you have to pull up your sleeve anyways with your right hand. So you may as well just do it with your right hand. And it looks cool. Look like a spy. And then the tour guide says, on your right, you'll see the famous blah blah. You're the only one that deliberately looks left, well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean... Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was on. His left hand. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me. Looks like you really did see the guy pick up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end.
Well, Nick, what do you think?
I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right.
Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks.
If he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? The green lens is on his left. He uses his left hand to fiddle with it, and then pick up the coffee. Oops. Alright, do I throw evidence at this? Yep. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observations about the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question! You can lock me up if I'm wrong. If it was his left ear without it... I mean, it was his left ear. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum had ruptured. Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in the left ear. Because he couldn't even hear out that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Ooh. Order, order, order! This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims that the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. So, man, it's my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a trip?
This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. No, because he died right after. Impossible! The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking one sip of the coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up his coffee is irrelevant, Your Honor. The fact still stands. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless.
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be such a Frank? Take a that, you pompous old man.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there.
I was about to make that joke. I was about to say that.
I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate the case further. That is all for now. The court is adjourned.
Hold it! Wait! If we stop it now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo?
Next to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's, cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. There was actually 3 other people in the restaurant, all of which had cyanide in their hands, and they were all looking at the victim. What? There's more. To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything, but I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark! Me? Why are you looking at me like I'm an evil shogun? Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
That's enough, witness. I believe it would be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet. Much, much quicker. I can't believe this is happening. Ha ha ha! You better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing seeds at me, would you? Gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code for that box of seeds. Good one. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took a sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase, knocked it right over. Wrong. 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 It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, hmm?
Have you looked at the crime photo? Mr. Wright, you don't even have to present evidence. Let me present it. Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You doubting me again? You doubting a poor, defenseless old man?
No, we're not doubting you. Well, actually, yes.
That was a Metal Gear reference? What, infinite ammo code? I'm sure a lot more games have it than just Metal Gear Solid. Oh, look, everybody, your favorite character's back. Hooray! I was excited because I was like, oh yeah, I hear the banging. I know something's gonna happen. Oh, looks like it's the end of the trial. Perfect, we can leave it for tomorrow. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. The trial is still going. The show must go on and such. Did you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of. And I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain. That's why. That's all you can think of.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please.
Yeah. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. No. Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch. Ow, 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 ow.
Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes, go on.
The broken vase. It was on my table.
What?
Oh, well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
Throw seeds at me. That would be good. I'll catch him in my mouth.
The vase on your table?
Ah, yes, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
I think he pissed himself.
Me too.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been at any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the goddamn courtroom.
Wait, listen to me.
Finally.
Jesus Christ. We've had some pretty bad witnesses, but God, some witnesses have been murderers. But jeez, well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we've heard thus far.
The mark of the coffee cup, and the victim supposedly drank it from his left hand. And the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Wow, Nick, you did it.
I therefore require both the defense and prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing?
The witness we just heard from. He's most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
We each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Godot's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies, my own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yeah. Thanks, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
I don't know, you can burn it, or eat it, or give it to Gumshoe. Court's adjourned for all I care. See you, chumps.
To be continued. Well, there we go. We're going to end it there, then. Sorry, it was a bit of a shorter stream, but, you know, we did a double. So, there it is. Wow. Fun. You know, more info. We're still, you know, a little in the dark on what exactly happened, but, you know, we've got 12-hour bust. I'm about to bust. You know, we got kind of an idea. The phony Phoenix definitely had something to do with it. That emo waitress, or goth waitress, I don't know. Either one. Has something to do with it as well. She put the poison in. But then again, we saw at the start that the phony Phoenix also did that. So maybe we can't trust that the old man saw her put the powder into the drink. I don't know. Alright, well, I'll see you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow with more Phoenix Wright, and maybe some Hi-Fi Rush as well. So see you then, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks to everybody who's watching over on YouTube as well. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.